Starting, we start with a basic sphere to get the overall gesture of the head. And note this sphere actually represents the cranial mass of the head. The cranial mass is about 2/3 of the whole head, so when adding the jaw, we'll make sure that the jaw is 1/3 of the whole head. Let's quickly draw another sphere, and this time I'll be representing the center of the sphere with a basic curve. We're not using a straight line here because the head actually isn't straight. Using a straight line will just make it look flat. So let's do another one. This tilt actually shows the angle the head is facing. And now we'll be adding the center line of the head. Basically, it's just like a T shape, dividing the head into two equal halves. And adding the jawline is simply just putting two curves from the side of the head to the bottom of the head. So that means the T simply represents the center of the head and also helps us establish the jawline. So when you see pro artists doing this, they actually know what they are doing. They are not just drawing random lines on the face, they are building it up. The T isn't just used for showing the front, it also helps us establish the side plane of the face. You see here in this hair drawing right here, the T is actually favoring one side of the face to show us more of the other's angle. Let's quickly go over the steps again. Sphere for the cranial mass, the center line, this shows the tilt, and add the jawline. Just basically two curves down. Now let's do the three-quarter view. Basically the same concept, but this time the T favors one side of the face more than it favors the other side. Please try to remember that the center line is different from the T shape when we're drawing it from another angle, because from the front the center line is same as the T, but from another angle the center line is different, but we try to match them going the same direction. So these are just the three things we're learning here: the sphere, the center line or the T, and the jawline. This curve we've been drawing on this sphere actually represents the brow line, so it will be very useful when we are actually learning the proportions of the face. So keep that in mind. Now if we're drawing the head from the side view, a regular sphere won't make it look real. So here's what we'll do instead: we'll make the sphere look like an egg shape. This is harder to do, but it gives better results when drawing it from the side. Also, when drawing the three-quarter view, it's also more like an egg shape too. So let's make it look more like that to be better than this first three-quarter view we draw. Let's improve that. So here's our egg shape, and then we divide it into two. Our center line, and then that's the T shape of the face there. So we just put the jawline. Now this three-quarter view looks much better than the first one, because the head looks more like a head. Let's do another one down here quickly. So let's go over the steps again, drawing the front, side, and three-quarter view. So basic sphere, then center line, then we divide the sphere in half, add the jawline, two curves on the side of the head down to the bottom of the head. And for the three-quarter view, we make the sphere look more like an egg shape, but not completely the way we make it look in the side view. So center of the sphere, and our center line, then the T favoring one side, and our jawline. Let's just put a neck here to make it look. So now for the side view, our egg shape, then divide the egg shape in half, and the center line, then we add the front. That's basically the T, but we can't see the sides now. And I just put a neck here too. Okay, this neck doesn't look right, but let's just leave it for the video. And that's all for this video. That's all for gesture. And in the next video we'll be learning the proportions of the head and adding the side plane.